the 2009 Alberta Business Person of the Year, presented by Alberta Venture, in partnership with the Chartered Accountants of Alberta. Robert Half, official timekeeper for Alberta's Business Person of the Year, Jamoro Goldsmith. This year's selection for the 2009 Alberta Business Person of the Year is Larry Pollock, President and CEO of the Canadian Western Bank.
He's got presence, but it's a very quiet presence. He doesn't cheerlead. He just says, what's the decision? Let's kind of make it. He listens to everybody, and then let's go.
You've got to be prepared to say, hey, this is fun, I'm enjoying it, it's a challenge, we're winning, we're a winning team. And he's fostered that theory and that sort of culture.
I've always used this little saying, you never learn anything with your mouth open. And so I will sit back and listen and respect what other people have to say. And when I'm going to say something, I don't want to make a shallow speech. I want to add something to the discussion that's meaningful.
The bank has assets of over $11 billion. Yes, that's with a B.
Having dinner with another couple that were very good friends of ours, and my buddy's wife says, you know, Larry, anybody can become president of a Schedule I bank if you can find one small enough. And I found one small enough in 1990. So I thought, how could it go wrong? And so you just take that chance. And I was 43 years old then, and I thought, well, if it doesn't work, I've still got time to recover.
Canadian Western Bank is one of the key players in the business community in Alberta, and it has continued to grow and employ a lot of people here, and it's all been at the leadership of Larry Pollock.
He does a great job of promoting the Canadian Western Bank and ensuring that it has a very customer-oriented approach.
I've always felt that to be a really good conventional banker, you have to be a little bit boring, where you simply take deposits from people and you mark the money up a little bit and you lend it out to somebody else in a prudent manner, and you operate as an intermediary.
He wants to know his borrowers. He wants to know that they have a viable business plan and that they can pay that money back, and he's taught that same theory to the whole team of people at Canadian Western Bank.
He cares deeply about Edmonton. He wants Edmonton to be the very best it can be.
For the last 4 years, Larry's been on the board of the Eskimos. He's very community-minded, and the Eskimos are a community-owned team. So he's very committed to ensuring that the Eskimos are a big part of this community, just like the Canadian Western Bank is.
He became the chair of our capital campaign. Under his leadership over the next 4 years, we raised $11 million, the most money this YMCA has ever raised. And in fact, under his leadership, the Canadian Western Bank made the largest donation of any bank in this country to a YMCA.
You can't just take out of the community. Businesses earn their earnings, profits from the community, but you have to put back into it. The philanthropic support, I think, is an absolute necessity, and business people can be real leaders in that area, and I think they should be and have to be.
Well, he always let me know that he was a hockey player.
This is me up here. I played for the Melville Millionaires. It was Major Junior then. That was back in the early 60s. And each of the junior teams were owned by an NHL team. Still play with a group called Illusion. There's quite a few of us, and I think I'm the second oldest guy or the third oldest guy in the group. But still really enjoy it and enjoy the camaraderie of the guys.
And he says he's got to watch his bones now that he's getting up in years.
I did play, I think, my first game in Flin Flon, and in those days it was Reggie Leach and Bobby Clark and Jim Nielsen, and they had a real powerhouse team. And after the game, that was my first game, the coach said, son, you should have put the skates on your ass because that's where you spent most of the night.
He is such a practical, down-to-earth man. His continual focus is to stay to the core of what you do. Stay to the core, keep it simple, don't make things complicated.
How I see it, he's been a great role model for Albertans, especially young Albertans and Edmontonians, and I think that is a lasting will be a lasting legacy for him.
What he's done at Canadian Western Bank and what he's done in the Edmonton and the Alberta community, there just couldn't be a more well-deserving winner of the Alberta Venture Business Person of the Year. He's well due it.
The one thing you should never want to say to yourself is that I wish I had done this or I could have done that. And I'm always comfortable because I look back and say, yeah, I did everything that I really wanted to do. Maybe if you just stick around long enough, you get some awards, I don't know.
Congratulations, Larry Pollock, on being selected the 2009 Alberta Business Person of the Year.